So you want to become a truck driver? This is a video you're going to want to watch. Probably by now you've already done a lot of homework, looking into other companies, looking into their pays, their benefits, and all that good stuff. There's a couple of pointers that I want to point out before you actually make this decision. Truck driving is a fantastic career. It's a good way to make very good money, very good way to make a decent living, support your family, do what you need to do in life. Now, the reason why I'm making this my first video is because I've actually seen a lot of people do this, and I just don't understand it. I've seen a lot of people come into training and after about a week or so, they start missing their family so bad, they end up dropping out and going home. Did you not think of that before you left? Now, on average, if you do your training all the way through without going home in between, because statistics show if you go home somewhere in between your training, chances are you ain't coming back. So what I did is once I started my training, I did every bit of training before I went home. So initially you're going to be gone for about 2 to 3 months in the beginning. Between training for your CDL, taking your road test, doing your 160, or depending on what company you go for it, I think hours vary. But you go out with a trainer for the company I worked for was 160 hours. Then you upgrade to phase 2 and you're out doing phase 2 for 100 hours. Then you put in for home time, and I don't know how the other companies do it, but with this company that I'm at, I have to put in for home time minimum 2 weeks prior to going home. So they would kind of want a 2 weeks notice. So again, by the time it's all said and done, you're out for 2 to 3 months. That's a long time. But at some point when you were thinking about becoming a truck driver, you had to have at least thought, can I be away from my wife, my girlfriend, both of them sometimes, your kids, your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, your friends? Can you be away from these people for that long period of time and be okay with it mentally? It may not seem like a big deal when you're sitting at home, when you have them sitting next to you on a daily basis now. But really put some thought into, you're going to be gone for a period of time. Think about it this way. We're looking at what, February 26th right now. Say you started on New Year's this year. All this time has passed. You still ain't going home for at least another 2-3 weeks. Can you do that? That's a big question. So now, if you answer yes to that question, as far as picking a company goes, this is another thing that I see all the time. There's thousands and thousands of YouTube videos out there. There's thousands and thousands of reviews on just about every company that's here. The fact of the matter is if you're watching my video and you're just now starting, I'm going to save you a whole lot of headaches. Because I'm going to tell you right now, for every bad comment, there's a good one. For every company. It's all personal preference. Just because, one person went to such and such company and had the worst experience of their life, you very well may go there and have the best time of your life. It all depends on what you make of it. Certain things might upset one person and not bother you in the least. And that's how I ended up looking at things. And with the company that I work for, there was a lot of negativity on it. It didn't matter to me. Doesn't matter. Those are just opinions. Those are like reviews on an item at a store. It's other people's opinions. To me, I mean, like I said, this company here had a lot of negativity over the internet and on YouTube and whatnot. I've had a great experience. Now, just like any other job, yep, there are ups and downs. And I've had a few downs already. You're gonna have that, no matter what job you go to. But it's how you handle it is what's gonna make the difference. Communication is huge, first of all. If you got a problem with something, you need to speak your mind. You know, talk to the right people and say, listen, this ain't right. We need to do something about it. And make sure that it gets handled. I haven't had a problem yet. I mean, the issues that I did have, I communicated them with, my DM, and they get resolved. It's very simple. So, again, truck driving is a fantastic career. I absolutely love it. The sceneries out here, you'll never see anywhere else. You meet different people every single day. I'm from New York, so I like it, like when I go down south, they got the, southern accent. They know right off the bat that I'm from the north. But it's nice, you get to talking to these people, and I'm going to tell you, the people, I would say anywhere from Virginia south, they're the nicest people in the world. Now you gotta remember, I'm from New York. Nobody gives a rat's ass about anybody up there. Down south, it's a whole different ballgame down there. I love it. I'm actually considering moving down south. As far as the job itself, no, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. In fact, driving a truck is the easiest part. Your hardest part is going to be paperwork and the Qualcomm. Learning how to, run your clock and, all that stuff. Writing down all the information for the call and what information you're going to need. And as far as the training goes, it depends on where you go. And then the other thing is, when you go out with a trainer, you got to learn how to sleep when somebody else is driving the truck. So if you go through states like Tennessee, you ain't sleeping. Not through that state. So far from what I've seen, and this is just my opinion, but I think that they got the worst roads that I've been on, as far as potholes and bumps, and it'll shake you right out of bed. Part of that might have been the driver too. But there's a lot of things that you're going to have to adapt to. Differences in weather. 2 days ago, I was down in Georgia, went through South Carolina and into North Carolina. It was 80, 85 degrees out. I'm currently sitting in Appleton, Wisconsin, and it's now 29 degrees. I got out of the truck in a t-shirt, got right back in, looked for the hoodie. So you're gonna adapt to the difference in the elements and stuff like that. Back to the trainers, personality differences. The first trainer that I had, we got along. He was all right. Kind of bumped heads a little bit at the end. And I got out of his truck, jumped into somebody else's, and finished off. And I had a great time with that one. He was cool as shit. And I started out doing teams. Had somebody that I went through the school with as a teammate. Knocked out a lot of miles. I think the first week we did 5,900. Second week I think we did like 6,200 miles. So we were doing pretty good. I recently decided to go solo. A lot of that was more for sleep purposes, because I was having a hard time sleeping while he was driving. And some of that had to do with us driving, but most of it was the roads. They were rough. But And then the other part of it is, he lived on the other side of the country from me. So trying to coordinate home time, it's kind of a pain. Like at one time I went home and, the company tried keeping him in New York for, the 3-4 days that I was at home. Kind of takes away from his money, I mean, he's out here just like everybody else trying to make money. But they tried to keep him local, giving him a couple of short runs. And, I mean, he didn't do shit for miles, for the 4 days. Not what we would have done if we were out on the road. But, so, I mean, it was a little bit, there's a lot of different reasons why I decided to go solo for now. I'm going to be taking my trainer's course next month here in March. And then, hopefully by May I'll become a certified trainer. And we'll be doing videos on the trainees. That'll be fun. So, as far as trucking, you guys getting into it, it's a blast. Just make sure you put the thought into it. Make sure the deep thoughts. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's very important, trying to get to the right company. There's so much competition out there. I mean, you could put all the names in a hat and draw one. It make no damn bit of difference. And like I said, you're going to get all the, negatives and the positives all over the internet. Fact of the matter is, the job itself is actually what you put into it. You come out here and you want to work, you want to drive, you want to do things, then come out here and do it. And it doesn't matter what company you go to, you're going to collect a paycheck, about the same paycheck in a nutshell. And, me personally, I have a great time out here. I mean, even by myself, crank the music, talk to people on the radio. I mean, I have a blast out here. I absolutely love it. It's probably one of the first jobs that I can honestly say that when I wake up, I'm not dreading going to work. Especially when you walk out of bed, sit in a chair, and you're at work. It's not hard work, not by any means. As far as the women drivers, I see no, I can't say that. I'd say probably 35% of the drivers I see out here are women. There's some pretty big women, and there's some very tiny women. I mean, tiny women that are getting out of these trucks, and I'm like, she's going to have to jump down to the next step. Doesn't matter your size. This job's not hard. The fear of driving such a big vehicle, give it a couple of weeks behind the wheel. You'll feel just as comfortable in this vehicle as you do in your own vehicle. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos. I'm just starting out the YouTube here. So if you can, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I actually just bought, here, I'll show you. I don't know if I could turn this camera around, hang on. No, that ain't gonna work. Well, maybe, hang on. I don't know, I just got this phone. But look, I just bought the HD, Drive HD dash cam. So I mean, I've got quite a bit of footage off of that thing already. But I got a bunch of ideas for the YouTube channel. I don't know why that lighting does that. I just got the iPhone 8, so I'm still getting used to the settings and all that crap. But like I said, if you guys got any questions at all, feel free to ask. If I don't know the answers, I'll get the answers. I'm not going to be one of these people that come out here and smash all the different companies. I personally don't care where you work. Because the fact of the matter is, we're all out here doing the same job. We're moving America. My next video, I'm probably going to touch on this subject because it kind of bothers me a little bit. But the brotherhood out here is fading fast. So that's going to be in my next video. Seen a lot of twisted stuff out here from other drivers, the way that they treat other drivers, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But and what I mean by that is, for the new people coming out here, is I've seen a lot of rookies that are, you know, coming into the truck stops and they're trying to back into parking spots, and you know, I'll get out and maybe even help them. You know, I'm obviously not touching their truck, but I'll tell them, you know, which way to turn the wheel and make it a little bit easier for them when to start and stop. And most people, they'll just sit there and flip out and blow their horns at you because you're holding them up, because it's taking you a little bit longer to back into a parking spot than it would for them. You know, they forget, you know, a lot of these veteran drivers forget that they were rookies once as well. But that's a whole nother topic and video that we'll do later. But again, you guys got any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you next time.